Late again, but that's okay. Crevasse. I only did the 2 Shinryu stages so far. I haven't even completed this entire event, but to me it made sense to just knock out the 2 Shinryu stages first and get as many points as possible, because you need 425 to get everything. That's including the 3 tickets, I believe. I think it's 3 tickets is the last reward for the 425, so if you want them all, that's what you need. Arden came pretty quick. 140 tickets for the FR, had everything else, so not bad. The conditions I used, I know I went through it kind of quick. I did 3 times yellow crystal and 3 times short sword, and this would be condition number 1 for the enemy force time. All in all, this resulted in 106 points. And I did the same thing for the next stage, which you'll see. This one definitely took longer, and I probably didn't play it very well, to be honest with you. Couldn't tell you the last time I used Bosch, as I'm sure you could tell by the gear he's rocking. He was helpful though, because these things do this clap that can just wipe you out. So he did a good job of preventing that. So thank you, Bosch. These things do heal a lot if you let them get a turn during force time. It's a big heal, so I did my best to avoid that. You also can't delay them unless you break them. Look at Bosch hitting once. There we go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bosch. I'm not sure if I should have went in as early as I did with Arden's FR and burst. It ended up working out, but you know, normally I like to finish it off with the FR burst phase, but that did not happen this time around. I really was just concerned with their turn order because I didn't want to deal with that healing whatsoever. And I wanted to cancel their force time. I kind of wanted to let them just fill it up and then cancel it, because Arden can do that with these conditions. So that way you won't have to worry about the healing, or it's not even just the healing. They also do that thing where when they're in force time, when you attack, you delay yourself, which just means they're going to get more turns, they're going to heal. Like, no thank you. Not into it. Not into it at all. I haven't used Ramza in forever either, damn. That's what I'm talking about right there. That could have been devastating, but Bosch saved us. There luckily do seem to be a lot of codes to choose from to get points, which is nice. They did kind of open that up to a good chunk of the roster to where you can get a decent amount of points by using pretty much anybody. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't feel super restrictive, which is nice. Oh, another thing, these guys right here can become launch immune when they're at a certain point in force time. I couldn't tell you exactly what that percentage is because I don't remember, but if you just cancel their force time, you can launch them again. Because I went into this thinking, oh shit, they're just launch immune no matter what. But no, you can get around it, which we ended up doing here, which helped a lot with damage output here, because otherwise this would have taken way longer to beat. It still took a little too long for my liking, but that's what happens when you bring a junky ass team like this. But I guess it's not a terrible team. It's not terrible. It's just, you know, not what I'm used to running. It's just Bosch. It's just Bosch's damage is just really bad. In the burst phase, I wanted to break them as much as possible because that's what Arden's FR conditions are based on, among other things. But breaks are huge for him, obviously, since that's just kind of how his kit is built. Another popular strategy seems to be off turns, where I've seen people, it's mainly core FR, which I don't have. I've seen people set up teams where they just bring a bunch of great swords because, okay, there's only three times conditions for weapons that you can choose from. And that would be short sword, great sword, unique weapon. Those are the only 3 that they have available for 3 times from what I saw. So I've seen some people come in here with like a core FR and then maybe like an Orin and a Gladio. So they could at least get like the 2 times great sword at least. Since core is unique weapon, even though he uses a sword. I still don't understand that. I still think that's strange, but whatever. Regardless though, that strategy seems to be just let them attack. Let them get as many turns as possible. And you just counteract everything that they're doing. Like, you just use the amount of their turns to your advantage, and they kind of just melt. So it's another effective way to do this. I don't have the core FR, so I did something different. And as far as points, this just worked out really well. To me, it also made sense to have this one kind of be the one where we take our time and slog through it. The next one, I just blew that one up. Because those things, I don't know what they're called, I forget what they're called, but those skeleton head things floating around, those things are assholes. They can be pretty deadly. They hit you a lot. Even when it's not their turn, like if you cross over too many thresholds, and like say in your burst phase, if you cross over too many thresholds and don't kill them, they'll just keep swinging at you until you're basically dead. It's a pain in the ass. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. But for that one, I just Renoa spammed the fuck out of them. Because I wasn't about to deal with any of that. There's got to be other ways around it. I'm sure there are. Why wouldn't there be? But to me, that just made the most sense to really just unload there. Okay, so their force time is activated, which we can get rid of in just a second here. Arden, do your thing. So when we enter force time, we have to get a break though. So they have to have Brave, because Arden's FR does not break broken targets. It just breaks them and then resets their Brave to 0. But look, their force time's gone, which means we can hit them a lot harder now, which is very helpful. I was hoping to kill him here, but couldn't quite make it. It's okay though, it all worked out. I should have waited on that. That was stupid. I should have waited until we were at 1 on the gauge there, because that would have done a lot more damage. So yeah, summoning here was not really the smartest decision. So learn from my mistakes, which I'm sure I made plenty of in here. I haven't played Arden in so long. I was getting used to him again, and I wasn't sure with his setup. I remember back in the day when I used to use Arden, you wanted to use 2 warp strikes in the beginning to get his Fedora stacks up to 5. But now if you just pop that LD, bam, they're at 5, which is really nice. You can just get that out of the way, get his immortality buff on, get his damage up to max potential. Takes less time to build him. You press one button and bam, he's ready to go. So that's really nice. What I was hoping to do here didn't work out. I was trying to rotate with Arden in a way where he could take the last 3 turns of force time, but that just didn't happen. We maybe would have killed him if that would have been the case, or at least come closer. But oh well. But at this point, they don't have much life left in them, so we really can just wear them down now. Shouldn't take too much longer. Oh! Seymour, no. The follow-up's hitting 1s. That was no good. Okay, 1 down. And now we'll just chip away at you. Excuse me, Arden will just chip away at you. No, you're not dead? That's right. That's right. It's a little bit later. I thought that was going to kill him, but it didn't. This is the part where I'm like, oh my god, just die already. Fuck. But this will do it. Come on now. Enough is enough. There we go. Okay, so that's stage 6. With the maximum amount of points. Awesome. Like I said, I only did the 2 Shinryu stages, and yeah, here's the second one. For the rest, I figure I can kind of just piece something together just to get it done and make up the rest of the points that I don't have yet. It is weird bringing Camelot to a launch immune stage, but it's not like we're using his FR anyway. He's only here because he fits the conditions, so we can get another 106 points. So I wouldn't have wanted to bring him here, but he worked out. I mean, his burst effect is still nice, and the fact that he's able to stun the enemies is helpful too. Although I don't think we even ended up needing that in this. Really don't. But yeah, oh, you can't launch these guys, by the way, which, yeah, total pain in the ass. I kind of feel like they screwed Selfie a little bit in this. Because they made it where they're like, all right, one of the main, one of the more easy to fulfill conditions is unique weapon and yellow crystal, given the fact that Arden's been debuted and he's yellow crystal. So I was like, okay, yeah, selfie seems perfect. Plus she's an FR charger. Seems great. Launch immunity though. It's like they set it up for her to be so good and then they just threw that in. Not saying she can't be used, but I'm not about to use selfie for launch immune stages. That just seems criminal to me. No thank you. I do have to say, in general, from what I've seen, the community response to this event seems to be overwhelmingly positive. It seems as though, at least just from what I've seen, people who were getting bored with a lot of these fights actually enjoyed this one. Like, really enjoyed everything involved with making this work. So that's a plus. I'll be honest, I don't have much of a stance on it yet, just personally. Probably because I haven't finished it yet. Again, I just did these 2 stages, but we'll see. By the end of it, we'll see. What I'm probably going to do is whenever I finish the rest of the stages, I don't think I'll do videos for those. I think I'll just do a community post to let everyone know, like, hey, here's my crevasse, here's what worked for me, what'd you guys do, that sort of thing. That's probably what I'll do. I don't think I'll do videos for Lufenia fights. I don't know, that just seems strange to do when we're in the Shinryu era. Okay, so we are almost ready to drop the Renoa nuke, but I figure we can just chip away at them a little bit more while we're in the summon here. Just to really make sure that they're going to die by the end of this. Oh, a Raijin call here is very helpful. Because at certain thresholds, I believe it's 80 and 50. Could be wrong about that, but I know 80 is one of them. They inflict this HP poison debuff on you, which you just don't want that, especially if you're trying to burst and your character is dying in the midst of their burst. You just don't want that. So Raijin was really helpful here. And I gave a Lunafreya call to Renoa so that she could set up a little better, which we're going to do now, it seems. Now? Yes? Press the button? Okay. That one didn't seem necessary, but we'll do this one. So this gives her, a couple turns right in a row so that she can properly set up uninterrupted. One important thing to note. I was talking about the Raijin call to avoid the debuffs. That Raijin debuff is supposed to prevent damage as well. It doesn't here. At least not when you're crossing over the thresholds, like I'm saying, and then they're spamming you and trying to kill you at the end. I thought the Raijin call would have prevented them from actually hurting us. It doesn't. Which is why it was important for me to just kill them in the burst phase, because if we didn't, they would have killed us eventually. I would like to see other ways to take this out. For this one in particular, I'm very curious as to what you guys did to do this, especially if you don't have Renoa. I'm looking for specifically, yes, non-Renoa and non-Camlanot clears of this last stage. So if you're a person who did that, please share in the comments, whether it just be, if you have a video, that'd be even better. That particularly I'm looking for. So anyone out there who did this last one without Renoa and Camlanot, please share. Please share, because I'm very interested. This should be the last, yep. BT finish and we will be all good. Yeah, see, they're still trying to debuff us with that Reaper Rise shit. Yeah, that's them still trying to hurt us and they can't. So again, thank you to that Raijin call. What a lifesaver. But those are my Shinryu stages for Crevasse. Still have to power through the rest of it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.